the way leaders, to me, because that's why I got a chapter on rebranding church leadership. Because when I look at the younger generation, like particularly the church that I pastor, of course they're on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. That's their main, and
Yep.
Threads now.
Yeah.
And then YouTube is their library.
Yep. Yep.
So you got so many false prophets. Oh my God. I mean, it is, I mean, they prophesying about some of the most asinine stuff. And in this generation, there's a passion for the supernatural. So anything supernatural, it's almost anti-intellectual in this generation right now. And it's more, truth is more feeling oriented, like, second, Second Timothy 4 talks about. So when I talk about leaders, I'm really helping, I'm doing two things with that chapter. I'm trying to help leaders to know what it looks like to be biblical leaders,
Right.
right? But I'm also helping uh, Christians to know how to choose qualified leaders,
Yeah.
and because we're in a society where Christianity is a la carte right now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, forget about what God says. I want this. I'll take a little bit of that. Like, but where my mama, and I say this all the time, my mama, when she cooked, she said, ain't no menu in the Mason household. You understand what I'm saying? And God's kingdom is not a menu for what you do and don't want. And so the difficulty with being a shepherd now that leaders have to learn how to do is not be jerks and over judgmental and legalistic, but I do think you need to not be afraid to walk in God's standardized mechanisms of what it means to develop disciples. I call them in the book brand ambassadors. When you become a Christian, you become an ambassador of the faith, and an ambassador is supposed to be representing a product, and that's our Lord. And so when I talk to leaders, and I'm trying to get leaders to really have active participation in key systemic areas of a brand defunctness that we can promote. Again, I'm not doing damage control. It's more so, how do we be conformed to the image of Christ more effectively in a multiplicity of areas? How can we stop, in certain churches having a bunch of offerings? How can we have accountability for leadership? Do you even have an eldership process or pastoral process that includes interviewing the spouse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
That'd be good.
is it just a gift,
Right.
or do you have real people in their life that have held them accountable, and what's that been like for them? What is their framework on certain theological constructs? And because one of the things that a lot of people are doing nowadays is they're finding out later what they got because they did minimal vetting.
Yeah.
So I think
Are
that,
you wanting to sorry to interrupt you.
no,
Are
you're
you
good, you're
wanting
good.
to basically just go back to the basics? Because I think about what is true of what a church should be true in Africa and Asia.
Yes, yes.
Is it a lot of the Western culture that you're seeing dial in the celebrity culture environment and the year that we're in that's kind of clouded what the original design of it was? Is that some of the irritation for you that's like, what does it actually mean?
Yeah, I think one of the things with leadership right now that's just irritating is it's twofold. It's really shepherd the flock among and you can take clips from that, and if that help somebody, but don't preach to the internet.
Mm,
Preach to the
yeah.
people you got to give an account for their souls.
Yeah. That's good.
And so for me, I'm trying to go viral as corny. We need to, I want God to be pleased with me. I want to be able to, I think of Acts when Paul was leaving. I want to say, I did not shrink back
Mm,
from giving you the entire counsel of God,
I love it.
and so when it comes to that, I just hope that leaders will become more well-rounded, but then I hope believers become better connoisseurs of what's a good pulpit and what's not.
Agreed.